Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Dr. Ojo and my wife is here.
Christianah.
So if you're familiar with us, we have been doing some mentoring for the past 5 years, especially for undergrads that want to come for grad school in the United States. And from our experience, we just want to share some of the top reasons why you may be denied the US visa. And some of the things we are going to talk about will cover the F1 student visa, F2 spousal visas for F1 students, and also J1 visas. And some of the things will cover visitors visas as well, the B1, B2 visa. So without wasting time, let's get into it. Here are some of the top reasons why you might be denied the US visa. Number 1, failure to prove home ties. Okay, this is one of the key requirements that you will have to prove when you are in front of the visa officer at the embassy. I know you have some experience in that. Do you want to share that?
Yes, I remember when I was being interviewed for the F2 visa. My husband has been in the United States for 3.5 years at this point.
Right.
And I still had to prove home ties. I was asked, why, what are you doing presently? And I had to tell them that I was still in school. Sometimes you just have to, have reasons, genuine reasons why you'll be coming back to the country. I told them I was still in school. I just wanted to go for 2 weeks holiday with my husband. So, and again, they asked me about my husband. Funny enough, you'll be coming back after 2 weeks and then your husband is still in school. Why do you think you have to come back? So I told them that my husband is already looking for opportunities in the country. He had plans to come back to work at one of the prestigious universities here, in Nigeria.
Country.
Yeah. So, I told them he's already talking to people, in the works, and they are helping him out to get the opportunity. So, whatever visa category that you are going for, make sure that you prove home ties.
You think about how you're going to prove that.
Think about something that is important enough for you and, is just paramount and you cannot do without that thing. You just wanted to go and come back to continue with that thing. So it can never be overemphasized.
Right.
So that's it.
In my opinion, this is the biggest reason why you might be denied. And depending on where you are in life, there might be various ways to prove home ties. Number 1, if you have an immediate family, let's say you have a wife or kids back in the country, and you are just going alone for whatever visit or studies that you're applying for, that is a good way to prove home ties. Now, if you are moving with everyone, let's say you have a family and you're moving with everyone, then you still need to show that you have some significant either relations or assets or work or job that you're coming back to, something very significant that, when they hear it, they will know that there is no way you can leave this and, stay back in the US when you eventually get the visa. So,
I have something to chip in at this point. I remember a friend whose parents had a school.
Right.
She said she's heading the school. The mom passed and the dad is aged. He cannot, run the school. So he's the one running the school. He just wanted to further his education, get maybe a PhD, and then he's going to be back to, to continue what he's been doing and he loves to do. So yeah, you have to prove home ties even if you have to talk about assets or a business.
Investments in the
country, whatever it is, or family, important family, close family. So yeah, it
or
is
a
very
job
important.
of significance that you're just trying to take a leave of absence from your job to maybe visit or study. and you are coming back to that job. And if you are saying all this, whatever you're going to say, be prepared to show evidence
Exactly.
of all these things. So let's say you are going to talk about an important investment or asset. Be prepared to take along something that will show that you actually own these things. If you are talking about jobs, that you're just going to take a short leave and come back, make sure you have a letter or something that shows that you actually have a job and you already have some kind of approval from management to do what you're about to do. So make sure you have evidence to back it up. So in our experience, this is the biggest reason why you might be denied a US visa. So the second reason why you might be denied a US visa is there are inconsistencies between your DS-160 form and your interview responses. So the things you said during the interview did not align with what you actually put in your DS-160 form. And this could be anything. It could be some tribal responses, like something related to your work. Let's say you have some occupation. I think you remember of a story of one of our friends, right?
Oh yeah.
That had some inconsistencies. Do you want to share that?
Yes, I will. I mean, we've been mentoring people here and there, and a friend told us that he was denied visa when he went for his visa interview.
Right.
So we asked why. I mean, we prepared, we did everything.
We did all the training,
to make him ready. And he said that he told the interviewer that he was doing a part-time job. I mean, and then we said, why part-time job? I mean, you actually put in your DS-160 that you have a full-time job.
Right.
So it seems insignificant, but it is very important.
Very important.
Are you into part-time job or full-time job?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very different here. If it's part-time or full-time, you have to specify and be consistent.
Right. So the interview will really test how consistent you are. So that's, I think most of the questions will test how truthful. That's one, because if you are telling the truth, you don't have to remember anything, right?
Yeah.
So in order to test your consistency, they might even repeat certain questions. So what you need to do is to make sure you understand and remember what you already filled in your DS-160 form, and make sure that whatever questions that come up during the interview reflects exactly what was written on that form. So when you fill your DS-160, make sure you print a copy of the responses that you filled on the form and make sure you study that before you go for your interview. All right. The third reason why you might be denied a visa at the embassy is simply that you are not just a good fit for that visa category that you're applying for. And what do we mean by this? For example, let's say you're going for the visiting visa, the B1, B2 visa now. You have to show that you are comfortable enough to afford this particular visit and not just being sponsored by anybody, right? I think you have some examples.
Yes.
You have some vast examples on some of these things. So please share that.
Yeah, a friend of mine was coming for a visit.
Right.
She wanted to come visit a family, and she thought that the family's bank account statement is enough, because the family is going to be, hosting her.
Right.
She's going to be, the family is going to be spending their money.
So she's trying to depend on that family.
She's dependent on that family, and she was denied because, you can't bring another person's bank statement when you are expected to foot your own bills. So absolutely, that is a no. You are not a good fit.
Right.
The best thing you can do is just make sure whatever money that you are going to be spending or whatever money that you're going to be showing it's actually in your own name.
So, your account.
Don't mix things up. Just go there prepared.
Now that's for visiting visas. Another example that I have, actually for someone who was applying for an F1 visa, student visa. And, this particular person went there to the embassy, stating that, someone else is going to be his sponsor. Like, I think his company is going to be his sponsor. The company where he works at currently. So, and he was denied. So when he came to me and, you know, he told me all the story, I knew straight away that, you know, this is not going to fly. You cannot have your company sponsor you on an F1 visa. Now, if your company is serious with sponsoring you, that number one, why will a company do that? But secondly, let's just say your company wants to do that. It has to be for a reason. And most of the time, that reason will be for you to, you know, come back to their company and actually use that training to uplift their company in some way. Now, if your company is serious with sponsoring you, what they should actually do is contact the school, the university, and make a formal arrangement. So they have to make a formal arrangement of that sponsorship situation. So your funds goes to them directly. So those kind of arrangements need what we call the exchange visa or the J1 visa. So you cannot go for an F1 visa in that case because someone else is sponsoring you and that person might have some vested interests why they are sponsoring you. So that will be communicated with the school, and they have a lot of other forms that they are going to fill to make sure that you or that company is made responsible for your funds and not you. So that's how it works. So that's why government scholarships, for example, from your home country will likely be J1 visas, right? So that's really how it works. So if you are going for F1, it has to really recommend that the funds, if you don't have funding from the school in form of scholarships or assistantships, the funds should be in your name or in your parents' name. We even recommend not to put this in your sibling's name because that's even risky. So if it's not in your name, it should be in your parents' name. So those are the true people that can sponsor you and will not neglect you when you get to the US.
Exactly.
Another thing that I want to mention under this point is for advanced students, like people coming for a PhD. I've seen examples where they actually try to test your knowledge in your field, you know, but though I've not seen any rejection in that case, but I've seen people that tell us that they asked them some things like the second law of thermodynamics. I think this was a chemistry PhD student, and this person actually did not know. He didn't remember that particular answer, but he wasn't denied. He still wasn't denied. But that tells me that they try, if the interviewer knows something about your field, they might want to test your ability to remember some of the key concepts in your field. But I've not seen anyone get denied on that. But you never know. Just make sure you take note of that. But I hope that's not your case if you are a student coming to the US.
I mean, I would add that nothing to worry about.
Right.
Because most times you're not just prepared for those questions. I mean, it's not an exam where you have to start to cram and, you just, if you don't know, you don't know.
And the chance that you're going to get someone, an interviewer that knows a lot about your field is going to be very rare. So don't worry too much about that. But I think it came across as a shock to that person. So, but if you get that kind of question, if you need a second to think about it, tell them you need a second. And if you don't know, you don't know. Don't worry too much about that. I don't think that will get you a rejection, but it's just something to know, right? Something to note. Yeah,
and one thing I also want to add is that, panic. I think we need to address panic. Like people go there scared, afraid. You don't want to look straight into their eyes. You're looking down. It shows a kind of it's confusion. Like, what is going on with this person? Now they want to dig in more and want to find out something that is not there.
Right.
So just be confident. Don't see it as an interview. See it as a conversation. Just answer the questions as best as you can, and then you just get it if you're confident. Sometimes confidence is just key in some cases, So be confident and dress well, look good.
Right. And if you need pointers on how to prepare yourself for a US visa interview, especially for students, we have some resources on our website that goes into more detail on how to present yourself on the day, how to reply questions. We even go into some examples of potential questions and answers. So check out our website, bestmanacademy.com, for that. So this video is actually going into other things that we did not have in that video. Okay.
Yes.
All right. The last reason why you might be denied a US visa. I know some people are saying, no, I won't be denied. No.
Of course. I mean,
I'm not hoping that you'll be denied.
Yeah,
but
you won't be denied. But
these are some of the reasons we have actually seen.
Yeah.
You know, in real life. So the last reason why you might be denied is you have strong ties to someone who is unlawfully present in the United States. That is very important.
I mean, why would you put this in your DS-160?
I know.
Or why would you say you know somebody that is unlawful here? You
And
say
sometimes
it in your
it's
visa interview.
unintentional, but yeah, there are cases where that person didn't know that his family, his brother or relative here was here
Unlawful.
on it. So this person has a brother that was here on a visiting visa and just stayed, right? And unknowingly, that person, when he wanted to travel, he listed, you know, all his siblings, right, on his DS-160. So they already have the names of all his siblings. And when this person actually applied for a student visa, has admission and everything, got there, you know, one of the first things the person said was, do you have a relative at XYZ place, right? It came as a shock to this person, and of course he confirmed it. So they told him that this person has violated his visiting visa, and because of that, we cannot trust that you are going to fulfill the requirements of your own visa as well. So he was basically denied because of that.
Yeah, I think in the DS-160, you're not required to put in the names of your siblings. The question is, do you have somebody in the US? Do you have a relative in the US?
There is a point where you have to, they will ask your parents' name.
And then all your siblings.
I think siblings. I can't remember very well, but I think siblings.
Really?
I'm not sure though. Don't
I think I don't know. It's been a long time that I filled the DS-160 form.
Right.
But I think there's a place where they would ask if you have somebody in the US, a relative or a friend or whatever in the US. The answer should just be no. Like, you don't want to be associated with somebody here
because you don't know what they are doing.
That is unlawful or that has violated one law or the other.
Right.
They have all of these things in their system. So just say no. It's easy to say no. You don't know anybody. I want to just go for my master's or PhD and I'm coming back, or I want to go visit somebody. If you're visiting somebody, it's okay to say you want to visit somebody on a visiting visa. Yeah. But for F1, I mean, the answer is no. Just to be safe, you know.
For student visas, I recommend that you just, you know, say you don't know anybody in the US.
Yes.
You're coming here solely to study and you're focusing on that. And now that's one of the points we made in our training video on our website. So check that out.
Yeah. And apart from even, you know, them thinking that, you know, the person is unlawful or not unlawful, sometimes if you're going to study, you don't want to say you know somebody here because they might start to insinuate that that is, you just want to be with that person. That is the reason you are going,
not really for studies.
Not for studies. So don't attach your studies to somebody else or to any form of relationship that you might have before here. Just say no. And
you're coming here to study.
You'll be safe.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all we have. So if you are preparing for an interview, you know, make sure you look great, smell great, smile, look them in the eyes, reply, make your replies short, and I'm sure you'll be successful if you fulfilled all the requirements.
Exactly. And I wish you all the best as you go for your interviews, and we hope to hear from you soon. And you know, you can
let us know if you
have
been successful, if you have learned anything from this video or from some of our training videos on our website. Let us know either in the comment section or on the contact form on our website.
Yeah, you can also DM us
on social media,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Let us know your success stories, and you know, we wish you all the best. Thank you for watching.
Generally, visas are easy. If you follow the rules, you'll be successful. That's all we have. I hope you subscribe to the channel, please, and like this video so that we can the algorithm can share it with a lot of other people. I'm Dr. Ojo.
And I'm Christianah.
And hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you. Peace.
Bye.